I basically mean that you're in a space where you're just learning and growing. And it shows that a true understanding that you simply don't understand unknowing facts, but about the journey from a state of not knowing to actively engaging with information and developing a deeper comprehension. And this space is where curiosity and exploration and critical thinking start to thrive. Now, let me give you a little backdown, shall we? Back breakdown, shall we? What I mean is, did not know. Welcome to Silent Grace and Sass. My name is Brittany, or Breezy, as you would like, or as most people call me. Um, and I will be your host today. This is a podcast where I combine my two favorite things: being human and God. Um, so we are actually sitting at my desk this time. Did I clean my room for this specific reason? Yes. Do I have family coming into town tomorrow? Yes. Do I want them to see my messy room? No. Should I care about that? Not really, but I do. But with that being said, if you're new here, hit that like button, ring that bell for notification. Also, please subscribe. Y'all, it is fall, and I am loving it. I love fall. I really do. It's one of my favorite seasons of the entire year. I can do without the pumpkin spice latte. Don't come at me. Do not come at me. I've just never been a big pumpkin spice person. Like I said, don't come at me, please don't. But anyway, um, I just got done redecorating my room, so it's very clean, except for the clothes I got put in the closet, but that can wait. Nobody likes doing laundry, let's be real. But um today we're gonna talking about you're probably wondering what I'm talking about when I say between the not knowing and the understanding. Well, one of my favorite podcasters, who's also from Duck Dynasty, they also had their show out on Hulu. This is not sponsored, by the way, which I'm loving because I love Sadie. I'm a huge fan of hers. She has a podcast called Road. That's a good podcast. And she has Sister Bella on there on one episode. I can't remember what episode it was, but there was something that really caught my attention. And it was the phrase between the not knowing and the understanding that Bella said. Now, Bella is struggling with fertility issues. That's not my story to tell, but it was the phrase she used in describing that. But what I mean is, so what I mean when I say between the not knowing and understanding, well, I basically mean that you're in a space where you're just learning and growing. And it shows that a true understanding that you simply don't understand unknowing facts, but about the journey from a state of not knowing to actively engaging with information and developing a deeper comprehension. And this space is where curiosity and exploration and critical thinking start to thrive. Now, let me give you a little backdown, shall we? Back breakdown, shall we? What I mean is, they're not knowing. This is where we're like unfamiliarity. And we've all been here before. We don't know where our life's gonna take us. And we've all been there where we think we have it so planned out and then bam, life happens. God tells us, you know what? This is not the path I want for you. This is not the path I want for you in life, and I have this path planned out for you. And this is where information is unclear. It can be uncertainty, but also a lot of potential. Like for children, this can be approach new experiences with curiosity and a willingness to learn, rather than a fear of not knowing. Then there's the journey. Like life, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Life is a journey. There's a map with it and everything. You choose whether you choose to stay on that beaten path or not, that's on you. But God has a journey for all of us. And this path is not knowing the understanding that involves actively seeking information, asking questions, and clearly evaluating what we've learned. It can involve challenging assumptions, exploring different perspectives, and making connections between new and existing knowledge. Then there's understanding, like this is a state of having a deeper comprehension of a subject and going beyond a simple recall of facts. And understanding involves being able to analyze, interpret, and apply information and context. You like what we're seeing is the bigger picture and making meaningful connections. What about some key aspects that we can get from this? Curiosity and exploration. Like there is a willingness of explore the unknown. And it sounds scary. For me, I'm not the biggest fan of change, but my role changed a lot over these past few years. There's active engagement. Um, so and this is a passive process, honestly. Um, there's critical thinking, there's acceptance of uncertainty. And uncertainty can be scary. It really can. Because I'll tell you why. Uncertainty is just one of those crazy experience, and that you just have to be ready to experience it. Honestly, um, but yeah, it can be. What are some great examples of this? I'm trying to think. Okay, it can be moving somewhere, not getting that job you wanted so far, which was part of why you moved here. Life can throw you into these waves of not of doubt, especially when you don't think you're good enough for something. I've been there. It's not easy, but if you let it get you down, it has a way of taking over you, and nobody likes doubt. So what I did was I just opened my eyes to new opportunities. And I'm at the point where if I get a paralegal job, okay. If I don't get a paralegal job, I'm not gonna cry about it at night anymore. I'm just using this to focus on what is happening now. For crying out loud, I'm 29 and I have and honestly, you're constantly changing in life, no matter what. Some moments like being single at 29. I'm 29, never had a boyfriend, never been kissed. I've never been the girl who guys have been interested in. I was okay. I'm always okay with that, honestly. But at some point, though, it did take a toll on me. And I think that's where a lot of people really struggle with, too. Being single at this age. You're in that unknown period in your life where you don't know what's happening. And honestly, I don't think you have to understand why you're constantly being single. For me, I know that I'm not lowering my expectations for a guy because someone can't handle them. I know what I want, I know what I deserve, and I know what I've been through. So, personally, I rather wait and and have that guy show up. And when I recommitted myself to God, I made a promise that the next guy I liked was going to be the one he picked out for me. There you go. Um, not being where I want to be. I have friends that are married. Some are having children. Some are already on their third child, and I'm like, whoa, holy crap! Yeah, you know what I mean. Like we're all in different phases of our life. For crying out loud, like where I want to be in life. It hasn't been fair to me, and I've took it like a warrior, honestly. And it's walking away from something I wanted so long. And I said this like being a paralegal was something I wanted for so long. When I moved up here to where I am now, I literally tried so hard to get a paralegal job. I had one job that I wasn't qualified, didn't have enough experience in. It was a temp job. It was devastating, but these past 2 years taught me anything that I'm stronger than I think, and the right job will come when the right job comes. But I want to tell you a Bible verse. Matthew 22:29. You are in error because you do not know the scriptures or the power of God. And this basically is the sadness that we do not believe in the resurrection posed in a hypothetical scenario where Jesus has challenged his belief in. And it revoked and his response was that saying their era stems from the lack of understanding of both the Old Testament scriptures, um, and God's power to raise the dead. Now, what about the pseudocist misconception? Well, they fail to grasp in the afterlife that an unhealthy life, including concept of marriage, and the emphasis on God's power highlights that God is God of the dead, but not the God of the dead, but the living, implying that those who have died in faith are still alive in His presence and will be resurrected. What's some advice I can give you? Honestly, like I was telling a friend of mine the other night, don't let it get you down. The minute you let it get you down, this unknowing, it takes all over. Take this opportunity to acknowledge the feeling. Like, you're allowed to be ticked off that you don't understand what's happening in your life right now. You can only go so far with that, and you can choose to grow with that, which brings me to my next piece of advice. Recognize this as a sign of growth. Like, take this opportunity to learn. Like, you might have a new skill that you didn't know you had, honestly. And be patient. I know patience is something that me, personally, have struggled with. But patience is key. Like, we need to understand that. But also, seek some understanding. Like, ask clarifying questions and seek feedback, honestly, and everything. Then there's engage in active learning. Then there's breakdown into complex topics. Crying out. How can we apply our knowledge? Well, we can put it to practice. We can also seek the opportunities to teach. And we can reflect on our learning and we can cultivate a new mindset. And what I mean by that is believe in your ability to learn. Um, See the mistakes as learning opportunities. And embrace challenges as well. That is it for this episode. I do apologize it's been a minute. But I will get back to working on getting new episodes out, I promise. Y'all have a great day, and I'll see y'all next time.